Zara appeared at his workspace, the corner of the living room where his desk pressed against hers. She looked different, older, softer, still beautiful, but carrying something new. Regret, maybe, or its cousin, wisdom. "I didn't come to win you back," she said immediately. "I came to warn you." The woman who stayed wasn't home. Call center shift. Extra hours. Building the bridge he couldn't see yet. He should have closed the door. Should have said no. But Zara had been his first believer. His first loss. The wound that had never fully closed. And she was offering answers to questions that still woke him at 3 a.m. They walked. Coffee shop. Neutral ground. The same one where she'd told him goodbye years before. "You think she's different from me," Zara said. "You think her loyalty is proof that I was a flaw, that I didn't love you enough. But that's not it. I loved you completely. I just couldn't survive the pressure of your potential." "I know," he said. "You made that clear." "No," she said. "I didn't. I made it about me, about my needs, my timeline, my security. But here's what I couldn't say then because I didn't understand it. I left because you made me responsible for your success. Every setback was my failure to believe hard enough. Every delay was my patience wearing thin. You didn't just want support. You wanted salvation. And I was 24. I couldn't save you from yourself." He wanted to argue, but the words landed too precisely. The ledger in his head, the one tracking her sacrifices, her risks, her faith, wasn't accountability. It was a trap, a way of making her responsible for his becoming. "She's doing the same thing," Zara said. "I can see it. The way you talk about her sacrifices, the way you calculate her contributions. You're not building with her. You're indebting her. And eventually, that debt comes due." He couldn't unhear it. Zara's diagnosis. The pattern she'd named. He started pulling away. Not obviously. He wasn't cruel. But he stopped sharing. Stopped passing the pen. Stopped letting her see the struggles because he couldn't bear adding another entry to the ledger of her faith. She noticed. Of course she noticed. The distance. The silence. The way he stopped asking about her work, her wins, her world. Month 14. The plateau. The same one every builder hits. But now, instead of turning toward her, he turned inward. Started keeping secrets. Small ones at first. Bad news he didn't share. Fears he didn't voice. Then larger. The lost client. The contract dispute. The $3,000 gone. He didn't tell her for 3 days. Sat with it alone. Because if he told her, she'd add it to the pile of her sacrifices. And if she added too much, she'd eventually realize, like Zara had, that the pile was too heavy. When she found out, not from him, from a mutual contact, she didn't say, "I told you so." She said, "Why didn't you tell me?" And he couldn't answer, because the answer was shame. Shame that he was still, after everything, a maybe. Shame that her faith might be misplaced. Shame that Zara had been right. The fight that followed wasn't about money. It was about the ledger, the scorekeeping, the way he made her faith feel like a burden instead of a gift. "I don't want to be your investment," she said. "I don't want to be the bet you're terrified of losing. I want to be your partner. But you won't let me. You keep me at arm's length, tracking my contributions like I'm going to present you with a bill. That's not love. That's debt service." She gave him an ultimatum. Not cruelly. Clearly. "I chose you," she said. "I chose this. I chose the fire and the uncertainty and the slow build. But I didn't choose to be alone in it. I didn't choose to be your creditor. I chose to be your partner. And if you can't let me in, all the way in, without the ledger, without the scorekeeping, then you're not the man I chose. You're just a potential I mistook for promise." He had 3 days. 3 days to decide whether to keep carrying Zara's lesson, that love eventually audits, that potential is a trap, that being chosen is just delayed rejection, or to trust that this woman's faith was different, that she wasn't building a case against him, that she was just building. He went to Zara, not for answers, for permission, to let go. "I forgive you," he told her, "for leaving, for how you left, for the lesson you taught me that I've been misapplying. You weren't wrong to need security. You were wrong to make my potential your responsibility, and I was wrong to let you. Zara nodded. And huh? The one who stayed. She's not you, he said, and that's not an insult to either of you. She has something you didn't have, something I didn't have when I was with you. She knows that the building is a point, not the arrival, not the proof, the building. Then go build with her, Zara said, and let her build with you. Not for you, with you. That's a difference. He went home, ready to tee up the ledger, to tell her everything, the lost client, the fear, the 3 a.m. panic, the weight of her yes, to trust that her faith could hold his failure. But she wasn't there. Just a note, on the fridge, where the covenant lived, went to clear my head. Needed space to decide if I still believe in us, or if I just believe in who I wanted you to be. The emergency protocol napkin was gone. The photo booth strip remained. He sat on the mattress, the same mattress from year one, and realized the terror he'd been running from wasn't disappointing her. It was being disappointed. Being left. Again. Proving Zara right. Proving that potential breaks more than it keeps. But this time, he didn't run. Didn't calculate. Didn't ledger. He wrote. On a new napkin. Not a covenant this time. A confession. Every fear. Every 3 a.m. panic. Every moment he'd made her faith feel like debt. Every way he'd pushed her away to preempt her leaving. He wrote until morning. Until the words ran out. Until he was empty of everything except the truth. He was terrified. He had been terrified since she chose him. And the terror had nearly destroyed the very thing he was afraid of losing. When she came back, if she came back, he would hand her the napkin, not as proof, as vulnerability, as the one thing he'd never given Zara, the one thing he hoped might be enough. But when the door opened, it wasn't her. It was the rich man, the one she'd refused, the one with the framed 5U plan and the family approval. And he wasn't there to win her back. He was there to deliver a message, one that would make the confession napkin irrelevant, one that would test everything they'd built, one that would force the man with fire to discover if he could burn for something bigger than his own becoming, to find out what the rich man wanted and why his return threatened not just their relationship, but everything they'd built together. You need to see part 3, the proving, the final test, the moment he discovered that being chosen isn't about becoming worthy. It's about becoming whole, because a fire that builds empires can also burn them down. And the only way to survive is to learn what you're actually building for.